Hi, I'm Dwayne Thomas, and this is another one of my free videos on learning Latin. Lingua Latina by Hans Orberg is by far my favorite book. You probably know that about me by now, my favorite Latin book, I should say. I assign it to my students every year, and we read through it together. And at the end of every chapter, the students send to me Pensum C. In Chapter 4, there's one particular question that trips everyone up. We're going to come back to the answer here in just a minute. But the question is, quid Julius ponet in saculum Davi? It's asking, what does Julius put into the sack of Davis? Here's the answer in English. We're going to break it down from English. We're going to go from English into Latin with this one. Julius puts one coin into the sack of Davis. So here we go. Subject of the sentence is Julius. Subject of the sentence, nominative case. What does he do? He's putting, verb. What is he putting? What receives the action? He's putting a coin. The coin receives the action. It is a direct object. It's in the accusative case. And how many coins are we talking about? Just one. That's an adjective. The adjective is also in the accusative case, because usually adjectives will agree with the noun that they're describing, or as I tell my younger students, wherever that arrow points, that's what the adjective is going to be. Not always, but most of the time. Into is a preposition. Into what? Into the sack, object of the preposition. So he's putting this coin into the sack. Now whenever something's going into in Latin, it's in the accusative case. He's putting it into the sack of, another preposition, of whom, Davis, object of the preposition. Anytime you see the word of in Latin, chances are it's going to be in the genitive case. I have my students, I teach in an inner city school, I have my students diagram these all the time. And the reason I have them diagram these sentences, because it gives them a pictorial representation of the language. It really helps them kind of break it down. Let's run through this together. So we have Julius on the subject side. He puts, on the verb side, he puts what? He puts coin. Okay, we've got our basic sentence right there. He puts what? He puts, or how many coins? He puts one coin. Now, where does he put those coins? Since it's answering the question where, that means it's an adverbial phrase. So into the sack is going underneath puts, underneath the verb. Into the sack. Whose sack is this? Well, it's the sack of Davis. Of Davis really describes the sack. So this prepositional phrase goes underneath sack. Okay, so there we go. The whole thing is labeled in English and diagrammed in English. Julius puts one coin into the sack of Davis. Let's go back over now and translate this into Latin. So our response, well, let me show you what the students always respond with, and then I'll show you what the correct response should be. So they always respond with Julius ponet unus numus, because that's one coin, in saculum Davi. Sorry about the D down there. Okay, this is almost perfect. There's really only one mistake, and that's right here with the direct object. Since numus is the direct object, and it's in the accusative case, since coin is in the direct object and it's in the accusative case, and one is describing coin, so one is also in the accusative case. Since these words are both in the accusative case, well, we have to put them in the accusative case. So we're going to change unus numus, which is nominative, to numum. That's coin in the accusative case. And since unus is describing it, unum. That's one in the accusative case. So the correct answer is not Julius ponet unus numus in saculo Davi. The correct answer is Julius ponet unum numum in saculo Davi. Julius ponet unum numum in saculo Davi. And to be completely correct, we would actually probably move ponet to the very end of the sentence and say Julius unum numum in saculo Davi ponet. Okay. Well, I hope that helped. You can go visit my site to learn more about my live online classes if you like. You can also find out about Visual Latin over there. My DVD series that's available from Compass Classroom. You can subscribe below to my YouTube channel. There's lots of ways to get in touch with me, guys. I hope you guys are having an excellent day. It's Saturday here, so I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Take care, my friends.